direct conclusion should not contain. Understood? Direct conclusion. If you take converse, the middle term naturally it will be. It's a part of the statement, is it not? Example you take, all men are girls. All men are girls. Some girls are students. Converse, conclusion 1, all girls are men. Conclusion number 2, some students are girls. All men are girls, some girls are students. According to the rule, the conclusion should not contain the middle term, in the sense, middle term is what? Girls. In the conclusion, the word girls should not be there, if at all it is a direct conclusion. But in the converse, so whether they are direct conclusions or not, we don't know, because we have not gone through all the rules. About the one rule only we are discussing. Let us draw the diagram and examine. All men are girls. All the men are girls. And some girls are students. All men are girls means, can I take all girls are men? No, it will not follow. Some girls are students means some students are girls will follow, is it not? So conclusion 2 follows here. Even though you don't know all the rules, just by drawing the Venn diagram, you can judge whether these conclusions will follow or not. But for direct conclusions, you have to see that this, and again, after completing all the rules, we will come to know that one is universal, the other one is particular. In direct conclusion, you should have particular. Like that, if you want to know, you have to go through all the rules. Okay. Rule number 2. No term can be distributed. No term can be distributed in the conclusion unless it is distributed in the premises, P-R-E-M-I-S-E-S. Premise means statement. Premise means statement. What is the rule? No term can be distributed in the conclusion. In the conclusion, terms should not be distributed unless they are distributed in the statements. Unless they are distributed in the statements. For example, some dogs are goats. All goats are cows. Conclusion 1. All cows are goats. Conclusion number 2. Some dogs are cows. According to the rule, when you are taking the direct conclusion rule, if you refer, no term can be distributed in the conclusion unless they are distributed in the statements. Some dogs are goats means dogs is not distributed, goats is not distributed. Some SSP. All goats are cows means goats is distributed, cows is not distributed. So, only goats are distributed. In the conclusion also only goats must be distributed. Okay. And other terms should not be distributed in the conclusion. Here all cows are goats means cows is distributed. But here cows are not distributed. No, this conclusion will not follow. Some dogs are cows means this is not distributed, this is not distributed. Here also dogs and cows are not distributed. whether it follows or here also not distributed, here also not distributed, whether it follows or not, you check up with the diagram. Follows or not. Some dogs are goats. Taken dogs, in the dogs, some dogs are goats. All goats are cows. Some dogs are cows. Some dogs are cows will follow, is it not? So conclusion 2 follows. If you verify both rule and the diagram, deriving the conclusion will become simpler. Rule number 3. The middle term should be distributed. The middle term should be distributed at least once in the premises, otherwise the conclusion cannot follow. The middle term should be distributed at least once in the statements, otherwise the conclusion cannot follow. Conclusion cannot follow means the direct conclusion cannot follow. For example, all fans are watches. Are black. Conclusion 1. All watches are fans. Conclusion number 2. Some fans are black. What is said? The middle term should be distributed at least once. What is the middle term here? Watches. All S is P, watch is not distributed. Some S is P, watches are not distributed. So, the middle term is not distributed even at least once, then the conclusion cannot follow, means the direct conclusion cannot follow. Then what about the conclusions he has given? Some watches are black. All watches are fans, cannot follow. Some fans are black, will it follow? Cannot follow, because all fans are watches. The some watches what we are taking, in that these fans may include or may not include. When we say may include or may not include and we are not sure, then we are not supposed to say about that conclusion. Understand? So, both the conclusions will not follow. Both the conclusions will not follow. Next. If both the premises are particular, if both the premises are particular or if both the premises are negative or if the major premise is particular, premise is negative, no conclusion follows. Here I have combined 3 rules and given in one statement. I repeat once again. If both the premises are particular, some books are pens. Some books are pens. Some pens are erasers. Conclusion 1. All books are erasers. Conclusion number 2. Some erasers are books. Next. No flower is a mango. No mango is a cherry. Conclusion 1. No flower is a cherry. Conclusion number 2. Some cherries are mangoes. Some dogs are bulls. No tigers are dogs. Conclusion 1. No dogs are tigers. Conclusion number 2. Some bulls are tigers. What I have told in the rule, I have combined all the three, because for all the three, no conclusion follows. If both the statements are particular, if these two are particular, no need to see about the direct conclusion. Whether the other follows or not, you see, some books are pens, some pens are erasers. Some books are pens means some pens are books, is it not? Some pens are erasers means some erasers are pens. Some books are pens, some pens are erasers. Can you say some books are erasers? You cannot say. So, from here to here it will not follow. Similarly, from here to here also it will not follow, is it not? So, this will not follow. If both are particular statement, how come a universal conclusion will come out? Some boys are passed and some girls are passed. All the boys and girls are passed, we cannot say, is it not? And this is also cannot follow. No conclusion follows. Whether direct conclusion or the conclusion given by him, no conclusion here. Second one, even if both the statements are negative also, no direct conclusion. No flower is a mango. He is telling us a relation. He is telling a relation that flower and mango has no relation. He is telling us the relation between flower and mango, that there is no relation. No mango is a cherry. This and this we know the relation. This and this we know the relation, that they don't have any relation. But this and this we don't know any relation, isn't it? We don't know. Whether cherry and flower have relation or not, we don't know. When we don't know about the relation, we are not supposed to say about the conclusion. Okay? No flower is a cherry. No flower is a cherry. We can't say. When we can't say, this conclusion cannot follow. Some cherries are mangoes. Some cherries are mangoes also will not follow, is it not? So here also both the conclusions will not follow. The third set. If the major premise is particular, I said. What do you understand by major premise? What is the middle term here? Dogs. In whichever statements the middle term is taken as subject. In whichever statement the middle term is taken as subject, that is called as major premise. So, some dogs are bulls means this is a major premise, this is a negative. No conclusion follows. One is a major premise, the other one is negative, no direct conclusion. Whether these two follow or not. Some dogs are bulls. No tigers or dogs means tigers we write separately, because tigers and dogs do not have any relation. Tigers and bulls, whether we don't know they have a relation or not. First conclusion, no dogs or tigers. Follows or not? Follows or not? No tigers or dogs means no dogs or tigers. No boy is intelligent means no intelligent is boy. No boy is girl. None of the boy is converted as girl. Will it imply that no girl is boy? Girls are not converted into boys? Maybe. We don't know. So, anyhow we don't know, this conclusion will not follow. Some bulls are tigers. Here also it will not follow. So, both will not follow. While deriving, take the conclusions carefully. After this, I will give you a worksheet of 20 questions given in our different examinations. You derive them, you only will come to know what type of questions you will get. Okay. Next. If the middle term is distributed twice, the conclusion cannot be universal. If the middle term is distributed, all fans are chairs. No tables are fans. Conclusion 1. No tables are chairs. Conclusion number 2. Some tables are chairs. Before we go into this, let me tell you a small point. Suppose I take two statements. All boys are tables. All tables are chairs. Conclusion 1. All boys are chairs. Conclusion 2. No boy is regular. Conclusion 3. Some chairs are tables. Conclusion 4. Some boys are regular. See, when you see these two statements, conclusions, all boys are tables, all boys are tables, all tables are chairs. First conclusion, all boys are chairs, all boys are chairs, follows. No boy is regular, keep aside. Some chairs are tables, some chairs are tables, follows. Observe the second and fourth conclusions. Second and fourth conclusions, they are not related to these statements. Even though they are not related, they both are, if one follows, the other will not follow. I am saying no boy is regular. On the other hand, I am saying some boys are regular. If I take no boy is regular, some boys are regular will not follow. If I take some boys are regular, no boy is regular will not follow. But any one of them will follow, is it not? Definitely any one of them will follow. Whether you are a good man or a bad man. Both cannot follow, anyone can follow. So in such cases your answer is conclusion 1, 3 and either 2 or 3. Even though they are not related to the statements. Even though they are not related to the statements, 1, 2, 1, 3, either 2 or 4, either 2, Either of these two, one should follow, because both are called as complementary pair. Complementary pair means if one follows, the other will not follow. Where we cannot decide definitely. Either this follows or that follows, we don't know. But any one of them follows means either of them will follow. Those are called complementary pair. Here also, what I told, the middle term should be distributed twice. Otherwise, the conclusion cannot be universal. That's what I said, is it not? The middle term should be distributed twice means, middle term fans distributed. Here also fans distributed. Both are distributed means the conclusion can be, conclusion will be, if the middle term is distributed, the conclusion cannot be universal. Cannot be universal means it will not follow. If this is not following, you no need to check up this will follow. Because no tables or chairs are not following means some tables or chairs will follow, is it not? No need for checking. If this is not following means this definitely will follow. No need.